The World Cup is the biggest and most exciting soccer tournament in the world, featuring the best teams and players from around the globe. Over the years, the World Cup has produced some of the most memorable matches in soccer history. From incredible upsets to stunning comebacks. But not all World Cup matches are remembered for their greatness. In this video, we'll be looking at the 5 strangest matches in World Cup history, from bizarre decisions to unbelievable scorelines. Miracle of Bern. The 1954 World Cup final between West Germany and Hungary is one of the most historic matches in soccer history. West Germany had a difficult start to the tournament, losing their opening match to Hungary and drawing their next 2 matches. However, they managed to make it through to the knockout rounds, where they faced Yugoslavia in the quarterfinals. They won that match 2-0 before beating Austria in the semifinals to set up a rematch with Hungary in the final. The final was held in Bern, Switzerland, on July 4, 1954. Hungary were the overwhelming favorites, having dominated the group stage and beaten West Germany 8-3 earlier in the tournament. However, West Germany were not intimidated and managed to keep Hungary at bay in the early stages of the match. Hungary eventually took the lead after 6 minutes, with Ferenc Puskás scoring the first goal. But West Germany didn't give up and managed to score an equalizer just 4 minutes later. Hungary regained the lead in the 18th minute, but West Germany continued to push forward and managed to score a dramatic equalizer in the 84th minute. With just 6 minutes left to play, West Germany scored again, with Helmut Rahn finding the back of the net. Hungary pushed hard for an equalizer, but West Germany held on for the win. The final score was 3-2, and the West German players and fans erupted in celebration. The victory was seen as a symbol of hope and a sign that Germany was emerging from the devastation of World War II. The win also helped to establish the reputation of German soccer on the international stage. The match became known as the Miracle of Bern and is still remembered as one of the greatest upsets in World Cup history. The 1954 World Cup final is a reminder that anything is possible in soccer. The underdog can sometimes come out on top, and the game can produce moments of drama and excitement that will be remembered for years to come. The Battle of Elche. The 1982 World Cup match between Hungary and El Salvador is one of the most memorable matches in soccer history. The match took place on June 15, 1982, in Elche, Spain. Hungary had been a dominant force in international soccer in the 1950s but had fallen from grace in the intervening years. El Salvador, on the other hand, had only qualified for the World Cup once before, in 1970, and had never won a match in the tournament. The match was a one-sided affair, with Hungary dominating from the start. They scored their first goal in the 4th minute and continued to pile on the pressure throughout the game. By halftime, Hungary had scored 7 goals, with Laszlo Kiss and Zoltán Varga both scoring hat-tricks. El Salvador managed to score a consolation goal in the 63rd minute, but Hungary continued to push forward and scored 3 more goals in the final 10 minutes of the match. The final score was 10-1, with Hungary claiming a historic victory. The victory was a record-breaking one for Hungary, who had never scored 10 goals in a World Cup match before. It was also the joint highest victory in World Cup history, a record that has only been equaled once since. For El Salvador, the defeat was a humiliating one, and it remains one of the worst defeats in World Cup history. The team went on to lose their remaining matches in the tournament and finished bottom of their group. The 1982 World Cup match between Hungary and El Salvador is a reminder that anything is possible in soccer. Even the underdog can produce a stunning victory, and the game can produce moments of drama and excitement that will be remembered for years to come. The Battle of Elche is a historic moment in World Cup history and remains a source of pride for Hungary and a source of disappointment for El Salvador. Miracle of Seoul. The 2002 World Cup match between South Korea and Italy is one of the most memorable matches in soccer history. The match took place on June 18, 2002, in Daejeon, South Korea. Italy had been one of the favorites to win the tournament, while South Korea had never advanced beyond the group stage before. The match was a tense and hard-fought affair, with both teams creating few chances. South Korea missed a penalty kick in a strange turn of events, and in the 18th minute, Italy took the lead through Christian Vieri. The second half was a tense affair, with both teams creating few clear-cut chances. However, in the 88th minute, South Korea managed to equalize through Sol Gi-yeon. As the match entered extra time, it looked as though the game was heading for penalties. However, in the dying moments of the match, Jung Hwan headed the ball into the net, giving South Korea a historic victory. The victory was a historic one for South Korea, who had never defeated a European team at the World Cup before. The win also meant that South Korea progressed to the quarterfinals of the tournament, the best result in their history. For Italy, the defeat was a huge disappointment, and the team was widely criticized for their poor performance in the tournament. The result led to a number of changes in Italian soccer, including the resignation of the team's coach, Giovanni Trapattoni. The 2002 World Cup match between South Korea and Italy is a reminder that anything is possible in soccer. The underdog can produce a stunning victory, and the game can produce moments of drama and excitement that will be remembered for years to come. The miracle of Seoul is a historic moment in World Cup history and remains a source of pride for South Korea and a source of disappointment for Italy. Battle of Nuremberg. The 2006 World Cup match between Portugal and Netherlands is one of the most memorable matches in soccer history. The match, which became known as the Battle of Nuremberg, took place on June 25, 2006, in Nuremberg, Germany. Both Portugal and the Netherlands had high hopes of winning the tournament, but tensions were high after both teams had played aggressive matches earlier in the tournament. The match was a physical and bad-tempered affair, with both teams committing numerous fouls and receiving several yellow and red cards. Portugal took the lead in the 23rd minute through a goal from Manaki, and from there, they played defensively, frustrating the Netherlands and denying them any clear-cut chances. As the match progressed, tensions boiled over, with several players involved in altercations and a total of 16 yellow cards and 4 red cards being shown by the referee. The match ended 1-0, with Portugal claiming a historic victory. The victory was a significant one for Portugal, who progressed to the quarterfinals of the tournament, where they were eventually knocked out by England. For the Netherlands, the defeat was a huge disappointment, and the team was criticized for their aggressive style of play. The match became known as the Battle of Nuremberg and remains one of the most controversial matches in World Cup history. The high number of cards shown by the referee led to criticism of his handling of the game, and both teams were widely criticized for their behavior on the field. The 2006 World Cup match between Portugal and Netherlands is a reminder that soccer can be a physical and emotionally charged sport. The game can produce moments of drama and excitement, but it can also lead to controversy and disappointment. The shocking defeat. The 2014 World Cup match between Brazil and Germany was one of the most memorable tournaments in soccer history. The match took place on July 8, 2014, at the Estadio Mineirão in Belo Horizonte, Brazil, between Brazil and Germany in the semi-final match. Brazil had high hopes of winning the tournament, playing on home soil, and with the support of their passionate fans. However, Germany was also a formidable opponent, and many believed that the match would be closely contested. The match started evenly, with both teams having chances to score. However, in the 11th minute, Germany's Thomas Müller opened the scoring, and from there, the floodgates opened. By halftime, Germany had scored an incredible 5 goals, with 4 coming in the space of 6 minutes. In the second half, Germany continued to dominate, and although Brazil managed to score a consolation goal, Germany eventually won the match 7-1. The result was the biggest defeat in Brazilian soccer history and was a shock to fans around the world. The defeat was a huge disappointment for Brazil, who had hoped to win their 6th World Cup title on home soil. The team was widely criticized for their performance, and the coach, Luis Felipe Scolari, resigned after the tournament. The match was a moment of redemption for Germany, who went on to win the tournament by defeating Argentina in the final. The 7-1 victory was a significant moment in World Cup history and remains one of the most shocking results in soccer history. The match is a reminder that even the most dominant teams can be humbled, and that soccer is a sport full of surprises and unexpected moments. The 2014 World Cup match between Brazil and Germany was a moment of both joy and disappointment for fans around the world. It was a reminder that in soccer, anything can happen, and that even the most dominant teams can be beaten. The match remains a historic moment in soccer history and will be remembered for many years to come. These 5 matches are just a few examples of the strange and memorable moments that the World Cup has produced over the years. From controversial victories to shocking defeats, the World Cup is full of surprises and unexpected moments. The tournament remains one of the biggest events in the sporting calendar, and we can't wait to see what the future holds for soccer's biggest stage. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please support us by subscribing to the channel and activating the notification bell for more videos. Goodbye, and we hope to see you soon.